Hello, everybody. It's still Sunday, and I'm back. The last few days, I've been hearing a lot of stuff about Pete Hegseth, the guy that's gonna try and take over. I shudder to think. Secretary of Defense. That's who Trump nominated. Pigs for pigs is what I'm saying. But yeah, he's gonna take the reins from a 4-star general, Lloyd Austin. Excuse me, what? But yeah, you know someone is lying and being a narcissist when your own mom says that you are a woman abuser. His mom, Penelope, said Trump's pick for Secretary of Defense belittles, lies, cheats, sleeps around, and uses women for power and his own ego. That was in Rolling Stones. Emily Zemler wrote that. And his mom wrote an email to him. April 30th, 2018 was the date on it, while he was neck deep in divorce number 2 from his wife, Samantha. Now, Samantha was the wife that he screwed around with his producer from Fox. We'll get into that a bit later. So anyway, the email, according to CNN, was just 6 months after the alleged assault in his room, let's just put it that way, at the Hyatt Regency, where he was the keynote speaker for the Federation of Republican Women in Monterey, California. Now, he didn't seem to care that he did it or did the act so much. He just didn't want to lose his job because he did it. He just didn't want to lose his job, that's all. He's the pretty boy on the Fox Weekend show, because I don't think he was good enough to make the Fox 5. Seriously. But anyway, and he said he didn't want to lose his job because at the time, 2017 there, it was the Me Too movement. I don't know what that had to do with it. I think if you're a pig and you get caught being a pig, you should be prosecuted for being a pig. But anyway, he ended up going into negotiations with her and made her sign an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, and paid her a sum of money to shut the hell up so he could keep his job. And he would need one too, going for wife number 3, just saying. So he paid her off and made her sign the NDA, and his own mom, in the middle of his second divorce, because he was being such an asshole, and this incident happened, his mom wrote him an email to get things off her chest. I guess things that she always knew about him, and felt the need to tell him. Here's some of that email. You are an abuse of women. That is the ugly truth. And I have no respect for any man that belittles, lies, cheats, sleeps around, and uses women for his own power and ego. You are that man, and have been for years, in brackets. And as your mother, it pains me and embarrasses me to say that, but it is the sad, sad truth. Now, I am not a saint, far from it. So don't throw that in my face. But your abuse over the years to women, your dishonesty, sleeping around, betrayal, debasing, belittling, needs to be called out. It's time for someone, and I wish it was a strong man, to stand up to your abusive behavior and call it out, especially against women. That was from his own mama. Now, Miss Penelope Hegseth has since recanted all that and said she only sent that email in anger because of her son's second divorce. And this happened as probably part of the second divorce. That and the next thing we'll get into. And she said she followed it up with an apology. Now, she also said that he is a good husband and father. How good of a husband is he really? Well, he's at least as good and as vile as his dear leader. the two were neck and neck right there. They both screwed around on their first wives, and they married their affair. They screwed around on their second wives, and they married their affair. Hegseth got his Fox producer pregnant during that affair and ended up having, well, I don't know if having to marry, I don't even think that's a thing anymore. It shouldn't be, but he's got 9 kids. And in my opinion, are still screwing around on them, because the leopard don't change his spots. You just can't wash that shit off. You can't. So in Trump's case, he had an affair with an adult film star and director while Melania was pregnant. He had a 10-month an affair while Melania was pregnant and up until after she gave birth to Barron for 10 months. So her whole pregnancy. So he was screwing around on Stormy Daniels while he was screwing around on Melania to screw around with Karen McDougal. So he had an affair with the Playboy Playmate of the Year after Barron was born. In fact, he was so proud, he even took Karen McDougal to the nursery and showed her the nursery and Melania's suite of rooms. Because he said, oh, don't worry, we don't even sleep together anymore. He didn't want to do anything with Melania because one, she was pregnant, and second, oh, that messy thing with birth and everything, oh no, I'm not touching that. That's how shallow he is. In my opinion, allegedly, and all those other words, with a Playboy Playmate, and I believe to this day that he's still screwing around on her when he tattoos these little girls to his arse because they're stuck there for good. Miss Natalie Harp, the human printer, her. I believe there was a little something going on with her. Laura Loomer, oh, for sure. You see the way she looked at him all the way through? Now she's outdone her usefulness. He kicked her to the curb. Now she's pissed. Alina Habba, she's still on her knees begging for favors because now she's irrelevant. And maybe Carrie Lake. I don't know. She spent enough time at Mar-a-Lago. Like, she had her own suite there. Just saying, for months and months on end. And I'm thinking maybe Carrie Lake, because he always said Kristi Noem is so hot, the hottest governor and all the rest of the stuff. Now she's going to be, oh, frig. Yeah, she's hot. She's hot. She's so hot that maybe she couldn't do anything with him because the fires were burning with her and Corey Lewandowski, who was also screwing around on his wife. Her ex-husband was, I believe he died in the Twin Towers. Yeah. So when one senator was asked how he felt about the Hegseth nomination, he said, I don't care. It's like that Jack and Melania one. I don't care, do you? Yeah, in the AP in November 21st, 2024, Senator Wicker, who will chair the Senate Armed Services Committee, said, I think he's going to be in pretty good shape. Since no charges were brought from the authorities, we only have press reports to go on. Oh, no, you don't. There's a 22-page police report to go on. Just saying. Bill Haggerty. I shared with him the fact that I was saddened by the attacks that are coming his way. And he said it's a he said, she said thing. I had to read that because I had to read it twice. But it's a he said, she said thing, and it's a shame that these things were being raised at all. And the other thing Mr. Haggerty said was, it reminds me of what happened to Brett Kavanaugh. It's disgusting. Yeah, that both of them screwed around and found out. But they didn't get any consequences for it. Wyoming Senator John Brasso, who will be number 2 in the Republican Senate, said that Hegseth told him he pledged that the Pentagon will focus on strength and hard power, not the current administration's woke political agenda. Totally skipped over the assault part because, he didn't care about that with Matt Gaetz either. That was just like, old news. Not to the people that are still living it, however. Senator Mark Rounds from South Dakota said, the president has a right to make the nominations that he sees fit. But the Senate also has the responsibility for advice and consent. And I'm thinking, oh, Mark, maybe you shouldn't have said that. Ooh, your goose might be cooked, because you said that the Senate has a responsibility to advise and consent. Doesn't sound like he's willing to consent. Not on this one, I don't think. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, that's number 2. I love you. Take care of you, everybody. Take care of you first so you can take care of somebody else. I love ya. Mwah. Boo-hoo.